Welcome back to No Man's Sky, everyone. Jason here, and this is going to be the Titan Expedition Guide. If you're looking for help on the Titan Expedition, just started on February 12th, and it runs for 6 weeks. So, as always with my guides, I will start a brand new save from scratch. That way, anybody who's just starting the game, if you're a brand new player, you can jump in as well. There's going to be no, extras or anything like that, so nothing that you can't get just on your own in the expedition. But you can also grab it from, you can go start the expedition from a main save with 160 hours. I can log into this save and I can start the expedition right there as well. So let's jump into a new game, and it's always going to be the bottom right here, the expedition tab. If you start it at the bottom of the box, you'll see it says 6 weeks remaining. So it looks like the expedition will end at the end of March. So the final week of March is when it's going to end. We'll know exactly what time when we get closer there, because you never know when they're going to update, extend, or anything like that if there's any major bugs in the expedition. And we've run into a couple of them, but they don't seem like they're game-breaking bugs, at least not yet, and not for me. Sometimes, you run into a bug on an Xbox and it's only on Xbox. But as of right now, I haven't hit anything major yet. So this expedition is a lot of showing off the new content that they added in the World's Part 2 update. So we're going to be visiting a lot of the special systems. We're going to be visiting or finding some really, really cool items that have been added. Like, we're going to be using the nutrient ingestor, which is a new food upgrade technology that you can put in your suit, things like that. So a lot of it's just to show it off. And to start with, you start on a Titan planet, a gas giant, and listen to this music. It's all brand new. That is so freaking cool. So there's new music in the World's Part 2 update. It's so freaking awesome. So first thing I would say is, when you first start out, grab as much materials as you can, because we need to get to our ship over there and we need to fix it. So as you're running around, highly recommend you try to focus on getting ferrite dust, carbon, anything you can pick up. So ferrite dust is going to be very hard to find on this gas giant, but that's okay. Makes it a little bit of a challenge. So what you're looking for are, normally these little tiny rocks would give you ferrite dust, but no, they don't. So you're going to have to look for a little bit larger rocks as you're running around. A good place to find ferrite dust on this gas giant is going to be in caves. So if you can find a cave early on, that will really help you out. But you don't want to spend too much time wandering around. What you want to do is get to your ship, because the first milestone is to find your ship. And when you do, they give you a prepackaged personal refiner, a backpack refiner to start with. So you definitely want to go get that really fast. So, and also, as you're running around, gas giants are extreme planets by default, and they always have storms active. So you can grab storm crystals along the way. So one of the milestones is to grab 7 storm crystals. That's going to be farther in. I would highly recommend, since we start on a gas giant, grab as many storm crystals as you possibly can. That'll really help you out and give you a little bit of an advantage going forward. And I normally tell you, junk this stuff. Rusted metal is junk. However, on this gas giant, there's not a lot of ferrite dust. We're going to take this, we're going to save it, because you can refine rusted metal into ferrite dust. So absolutely, normally I'd say junk it. Don't junk it on this one. Let's look around. Oh, there's more storm crystals over there. My ship is over there. So grab as much of the condensed carbon as you can, because remember, you can refine condensed carbon down into normal carbon. If you refine it, put it in a refiner, it'll go down. So 2 condensed carbon, or 1 condensed carbon, equals 2 regular carbon. This is all salt. So we're looking for ferrite dust. I don't see any though. Dang it. Grabbing all this sodium. So another thing to keep in mind is we have milestones. If you press pause, go into your tab, your pause tab, go to your expedition page, and you'll be able to see all of the milestones for this expedition. And you do not have to do these in order. I know I say this all the time, but there's a lot of brand new players who are just jumping in. You do not need to do any of these missions in order. If you want to, you can jump ahead to phase 4, and it says, construct a base on a gas giant. You could do that right now if you'd want to. However, I will say some of these are put in order for a reason. So you don't want to do catching fish. We don't even have a fishing pole yet. So we're going to wait on some of these for later on. But get carried away by a tornado. We can do that right now. Construct a base. We don't have a base computer, so we cannot do that right now. We can gather crystallized helium because this is only found on gas giants. We can do some of these early. So you know what we should do? Collect our storm crystals. There's a milestone in phase 2 to collect storm crystals. So let's do that really fast. And again, because it's a gas giant, there are storm crystals all over the place because it's always extreme. So we don't need sac venom. So any of these lightning bolts is going to be a storm crystal. And on gas giants, they are always active. Always. So let's run around a little bit. We'll collect some materials. We need some ferrite dust as well while we're running around. So look for little rocks. They're going to be hard to find. They're very rare on the surface. But once you find some, you'll be able to do it. Like these rocks right here, they only give you salt. And if you scan it, it will give you oxygen. So it's like, well, great. I need ferrite dust. I don't need any of that stuff. That's okay. Oh yeah, let's go get near our ship. That way we can get our milestone, our first milestone. There you are. And once you get that thing, definitely accept that reward. So every time you complete a milestone, it gives you a reward. Go back into your pause menu, the expedition page, and we're going to get our prepackaged personal refiner and launch fuel for our ship. Now, that's going to go into your suit. You don't want to hold on to that in a suit. So put that away. Boom. Personal refiner. Let's put that in there. And when you're in your menu, your inventory menu, move some of this stuff around because you need to optimize where the locations are for all of this stuff. And all of these. There. So all of your similar upgrades are touching. We have our hot protection with our hazard protection. All this stuff is all together. So now that we have our refiner, let's refill it. And the first thing you want to put in there is that rusted metal that we picked up earlier. Because look at that. Boom. One piece of rusted metal turns into 2 ferrite dust. So we're going to get 128 ferrite dust. Awesome, awesome. So let's continue on. We're going to grab those storm crystals while we're here, guys. Seriously. It's a huge, huge benefit to get this early on. And a whole bunch of condensed carbon. These carbon crystals, man, you really want those. Grab that. We're going to need this for fuel for later on. And while we're out here, let's look around for some helium. Crystallized helium. That's what we want. So let's grab this while we're out here. This is one of our milestones, is to collect a whole bunch of this. And you'll notice a lot of these deposits on a giant gas giant are going to be smaller. I think it's because these are more rare elements. And so they're going to give you a little bit at a time. That's okay. We'll find a whole bunch while we're looking for our crystals. Oh, yeah, look at that. Oh, my God. There's a whole bunch of crystals down there. And a cobalt deposit. We can use that. Activated quartzite. We need that as well. So we're just definitely going to be going after a lot of building materials in this beginning sequence, just because there's a lot of good ones on gas giants. It's really insane because these gas giants are intense, but if you can survive it, it is well worth it. So we have crystallized helium right here. Let's grab that. And also with your terrain manipulator, if you hit left and right bumper, you'll see that the big sphere gets bigger and smaller. The smaller the sphere, the more materials you're going to get from the deposit. So use that really small one to get all this stuff. Now, it is going to take more fuel, but the benefit is more fuel, but more materials. If you use the larger one, you get less materials, less fuel used, but less materials. That's mostly for uncovering things. Like if you find an underground item, you can uncover it with a big laser. But if you're trying to get materials, you want to use the small laser and get as much as you can out of these deposits. So you want to get it. You want to maximize these deposits by using that small sphere. Get in here. There we are. I harvested all the crystallized helium I needed. Beautiful. So I know I don't need any more, but I don't want to leave it uncleared. I'm a weirdo like that. All right, let's grab all these. We need to grab our storm crystals over here. We got a whole bunch right here. Look at this cluster. That's pretty good. I'll take all that. Thank you. And there we are. 7 storm crystals. Beautiful. So we are rocking and rolling. We're getting a whole bunch of materials out of here. Let's grab the damaged material. Oh, yep. We'll use that for our ferrite dust. So we'll save that metal. And I think we're okay. So another material to look for is dihydrogen, the blue crystals. You need a lot of those as well. So we're going to need a lot of these for later on. So grab them while you can. Grab that. Up, oxygen. We'll use all of this for later on. Beautiful. All right, let's get back to our ship, because now we have all the materials we need to fix our ship. Oh, completed. There we go. So let's head back up here. Dun, dun, dun. And I mean, you can run around and get more storm crystals. They are very worth it. So once we get the milestone done, you're done. You don't need to collect them. You don't need to save them. They're not used for any other milestone. However, you can sell them for money, which is very, very good early on. You can also use them to make hyperdrive fuel later on. So just keep that in mind. You're going to need some for fuel anyway. So you want to sell it? Awesome. You want to just collect them to make a whole bunch of fuel? You could do that as well. They're very, very useful. All right, we need to refill some of our hazard protection here. Done. All right. Get back up here. And then we're going to fix our ship. And speaking of that, actually, we got our rusted metal. Let's keep making ferrite dust out of there. And grab some of these. Boom, boom, boom. Like, I haven't found any natural ferrite dust. That's crazy. It is hard to find, but thankfully we ran into some boxes that had rusted metal. Like these. Don't give you anything. Great. So before you go, always check on this stuff over here, because you can get some good stuff out of here. You can get some microprocessors. Maybe you'll get some, rusted metal out of these packages like this. Yes. I'll take rusted metal. So anytime you find any of these containers, always check them, because you can get some good stuff out of them. Living slime, we don't need that. We can trash that. Alrighty. Let's pop in here. That way we can save ourselves. So nothing happens. It just says, hey, your ship is broken. So we need to start making stuff. We need pure ferrite dihydrogen jelly. They give you one by default. Hermetic seal and metal plating. Let's make a hermetic seal. Let's make a metal plating. So we can fix our engine. Done and done. Easy peasy, because we have that ferrite dust. We have one jelly, but we need pure ferrite. So the way to make pure ferrite is you take regular ferrite And if you refine it again, it turns into pure ferrite. So, awesome. You need to do that. I need to organize my inventory because I'm a crazy person. You guys know. And down here, this is an object we can sell. And oxygen. Sorry, you guys know. I'm crazy. Boom, boom, boom. We got a battery here. So we are good to go. Let's take out that pure ferrite. Let's fix our ship. So our ship is fixed. So again, just like our regular suit, let's pick up these and move them. And if you don't know how to do that, if you hover over the item, it'll say X to move technology. That's if you're on Xbox. It'll be square if you're on PlayStation. Pick that thing up, move it. And you want the similar upgrades to be next to each other. So you want to make sure your jetpack upgrades are next to your jetpack. Hazard protection is next to your hazard protection, upgrades here. So life support upgrades next to your life support. Things like that. Let's take that out. Let's make some more ferrite dust. All right. So I think we're set. I don't think we have anything else left to do here. We need to leave the planet and visit all the moons. So that's also going to be another one that's kind of a pain in the butt. So let's head out. And as soon as we leave the atmosphere, we will get our next milestone completed because we're going to leave. I left the planet. And before I get too far ahead of myself, anytime you get a reward, you definitely want to claim it. So leaving the atmosphere, we're going to get a pre-packaged teleport receiver. That's going to be a good upgrade for your ship. So let's install that really fast. There it is. And yeah, we'll put it there. Then the next thing you want to do is any of the other ones. So remember, we got our storm crystals. If you unlock this one, and I highly recommend you do that before you leave the spawn planet, you are going to get an advanced mining laser and hazmat gauntlets. You're going to need both of these things. So absolutely try to do that before you leave the original planet, the gas giant. So you want that advanced mining beam. Let's install that over here and then move all of our lasers over here, our mining beams. And boltcaster. So boltcaster upgrades over here and over here. All right. So I'm trying to put all my similar items together. The other thing we got was our hazmat gauntlet. You want to install that as soon as you possibly can, like right there. Boom, good to go. There we are. And then we also picked up our crystallized helium. So our reward for that is going to be lithium and methane. Accept it. You don't really need the methane or the lithium for anything, so don't worry about those. It's awesome to have, but ultimately you don't need these items. These are like just cool new items that are added in with the Worlds Part 2 update. So don't really need them, but hey, you got them. You're good. And now we left the atmosphere. So the next milestone we have is literally in phase 2. Destroy 50 asteroids. So let's do that since we're here anyway. Let's shoot 50 asteroids while we after we leave the atmosphere. You might not run into an asteroid field. That's fine. You don't have to do this. But if you have the opportunity, if you see an asteroid field, stop off and get it because it's easy to knock out. This is going to give you free fuel. So you get tritium, you get silver, you get gold. You'll get hyper clusters. You'll get a whole bunch of cool items from destroying all these asteroids. The main thing is you want to get your tritium because tritium is fuel for your engine, your pulse engine in your ship. And you can buy it at a space station, but I mean, why buy it if you can get it for free like this, right? So might as well grab that. Boom, boom, boom. Just knock them all out. And we need 50. So once you hit 50, it'll tell you. And you might even want to go higher than 50 just because you want all that fuel. Because you never know how much tritium and how much gold you're going to get. It's all randomized. So you might end up with a whole bunch of gold and not a lot of tritium. So just keep shooting them. Get a good stack. Boom, Boom, boom. And I'm switching between my photon cannon, which is like my machine gun, and then I switch over with Y, or if you're on PlayStation, triangle, and I'll shoot off a rocket to kind of keep going for the big asteroids. That way you don't have to worry about shooting it too much. There we go. Mined 50 asteroids. Easy peasy. So now here comes the hard part. Oh, we got a whole bunch of tritium. Look at that. Boom. I'll take all that. Got some gold. Got some silver. Got some tritium. This is our fuel, so let's put that in there. Also refuel our launch fuel. So this is going to be the hard part. So we need to visit. One of the milestones is to visit all the moons in this system. So if you go over to your Discovery tab, that's what we got to do. There's 5 of them. And so all you have to do is visit them. You have to just put your feet on the ground, land on a planet. As soon as your feet touch the ground, you're done. You don't have to scan anything. You don't have to do anything. Now, I would highly recommend you scan some plants and animals because those are milestones, but you do not have to. You can just land on a planet, touch it, and you're good to go. But we need to make sure we visit all 5 of these. So it's going to get kind of hard because the gas giants are so massive, you will not be able to see these planets. You're going to have to, like, literally go around it. So what I would recommend is, if you have not visited a planet, like I've not touched any of these planets yet, right? If I try to select it, look it won't open up anything, right? Because I've never visited these planets. I don't know what they look like. So I can't look at what the details are because I've never been there. The gas giant I was. So if I open it up, there you go. So that is going to be the trick. If you try to open up a planet and it won't open up, that means you've never visited it. So these are the planets we're going to be looking for. So we have this first one right here. Let's see what this one is. This is a scarlet moon. There you go. So we can knock that one off. As soon as we touch the ground, we're good to go. It has phosphorus, quartzite, salt, high sentinel activity. So the sentinels are going to be kind of suspicious of you. But another thing it has is quartzite, which is one of the new materials. You don't need it for a milestone. However, we are going to need to get some some chromatic metal, and so quartzite is very, very good at making chromatic metal. So let's just land somewhere, anywhere. Look at the filter on this planet. All right, so that's all you need to do. I didn't scan anything. I didn't do anything. And you'll notice if I go to my my menu here, it says visit gas giants 1 out of 5. I've already visited 1 just because I touched the ground on my feet. That's all you got to do. However, let's pick up some stuff while we're here. So we need some pure ferrite. We're going to need some regular ferrite dust. We're going to need some carbon. All these kind of things you're going to need. So highly, highly recommend you grab that while you're here. And also scan some plants. Because one of our milestones, if you go back to your expedition tab, is to discover 6 plants. We also, in phase 2, have a milestone for discovering creatures. 9 creatures. So while you're visiting these planets, these moons, scan some stuff. Get these milestones done at the same time. That way you don't have to worry about them later on. Let me get some of these. There we go. We're going to need... Oh, scan some animals here. Scan this guy over here. Beautiful. Oh, yeah, 3 animals already. Boom. Oh, this guy right here. So they did fix it. Oh, my God. Don't attack me. Don't attack. Oh, my God. Really? Why are you attacking me, man? Don't be a jerk. Why are you being a jerk? So they did fix the, or I guess I should say, they patched the exploit that we used to do. So I would normally tell you, scan all these plants, right? The sodium, the oxygen. They changed it. Now you cannot scan any of the normal plants, the oxygen. The hazardous flora. We used to be able to scan these and it would count as a plant. It does not anymore. So dang it. That is an exploit that they got rid of. So they finally caught on to us. So I would tell you that's what you should do, but it doesn't work anymore. They finally fixed it. So don't worry about any of the sodium or the oxygen plants. You cannot scan those anymore. Same thing for the hazardous flora. The exploder plants, any of those guys, you cannot scan anymore. Grab all the ferrite dust I can take. And these, the plants as well. We need carbon and condensed carbon, but we need carbon. We're going to need oxygen as well, so you might as well go after these hazardous floras because they'll give you a lot of oxygen. And we're going to need it. Oh, there's a plant here. There you are. Just trying to get all our milestones up. I scan you already. So another thing you want to keep track of is you need to get Fecium for later on. You need a lot of Fecium. So if you want to get it the nice way, make some creature pellets. And then press down on your D-pad, go over to your paw, your creature menu, and throw out a food. If you throw food out, all the animals nearby will be like, ooh, there's food, and they'll come over and eat it. So, just check out one or two, and the animals all around will come running over. You're like, look at this. These guys are all going to come over and eat it. Once they eat it, they will start pooping because they're eating food. And that is what you are going to use. The Fecium is what we need when they poop. So don't scare them. Don't shoot or anything like that. If you use your laser, they'll freak out and run away. But if you just chill out and hang out here for a minute, they will slowly start pooping. And the better thing, the thing to keep in mind is the larger the animal, the more poop they have. Makes sense, right? So if you can, feed the larger animals because you'll get more Fecium from them. So we just wait around a little bit. Hey, buddy, how you doing? How you doing, man? I don't got any more food. Just give me some poop, buddy. There you go. Now they're pooping. You get a little poop symbol here. So we need to grab the Fecium. So we need all of this. That's why we're doing that. Kind of gross, I know. But yeah, once they've pooped once, they're pretty good. They're not going to poop again. So you can kind of run around. Again, as long as you don't scare them, they're fine. If you scare them, like you pull out your weapon and you start firing, like, using your laser, they'll freak out and run away. So you don't want to do that. However, if you want to be the jerk, if you want to be a Jason, basically, pull out your gun, your bolt caster, and take out the animal. Like if an animal comes and attacks you, if you take him out, you'll get meat, but you'll also get mordite. You'll get this. You can refine mordite into Fecium. You don't get very much, so you're going to have to kill a lot of animals. You get way more if you feed the animals. However, if you don't want to waste the time, like you don't want to sit here and wait for a couple minutes for the animals to poop, you can just do that instead, if you'd like. So there are a couple of ways to get Fecium, but we need Fecium, so make sure to get as much Fecium as you possibly can. We need to get some oxygen, so I'm going to grab it from this guy right here. Exploders are still the best way to get oxygen. You can get it from the Venus flytraps. But the exploders is still the best way to get it. These guys right here. Because you can grab the little bulbs around them. They have 3 little bulbs of oxygen on them. And if you pick the bulbs, it'll give you a whole bunch. We got 78 oxygen out of there. These hazardous flora as well. They will have sodium and oxygen. So you can grab them. Boom, boom, boom. Let's scan the marrow bulb. Boom, boom, boom. Alrighty. So I think we got most of what we're going to be going after here. Get some pure ferrite. We'll get some regular ferrite. Get some... oh, is this a plant? It is a plant. Let's grab that one. There we go. We got our 6 animal or 6 plant. Mother. Really? So this is why, you know, in case the animals are jerks, you can murder them and then turn their Mordite into Fecium. So there you go. The guy wants to be a jerk. I got him. Grab all of these. Let's get some cobalt because we're going to need cobalt to make batteries. Done and done. And I think we're okay here. Call in our ship. That's good. Get rid of that. Let's make some batteries here. Out of the cobalt we had. I think we're okay here. So we've done one gas giant. So we know this one is done. Again, remember, keep track of the planet you're on. So we were just on this one, the Scarlet Moon. So we don't need to worry about the Scarlet Moon anymore. Let's go find the other moons around here. So there's another moon right there. So let's head to this one. And we'll figure out which one that is when we get closer. Can also do that. That'll give us sodium. Put that one away. And these, put that away. We have meat here. We have Fecium. We need that for later. We get some food. We'll need that later. That's why I picked the hexaberry. So this is our temperate mood. It has starbulb, quartzite, paraffinium, and dissidence. So it has corrupted sentinels. So the big thing to keep in mind is we need the quartzite. I've been ignoring it. We need to get that quartzite, which is a purple metal material that's been added in Worlds Part 2. Got to make sure you grab that. It's going to be necessary for later on. We need a whole bunch of chromatic metal. So we're just going to land. Now let's look around for some quartzite. Right there, boom. So in all, we've already surveyed this planet. So if you check your milestone, we're already at 2 out of 5. All you have to do is land. That's all you got to do. Easy peasy. Well, let's get this quartzite. We're gonna need this for later. Let's grab it. And again, remember, use your smaller sphere on your terrain manipulator. It'll give you the most resource for the fuel. Boom. It is going to take you longer, though, so keep that in mind. Yeah, look at all that. Ooh, yeah. So I love that they added a purple metal. This is the best. Quartzite is the best one now. It was indium because I like that blue metallic color, but now it's the purple. We got 274. If you throw it in your refiner, let's put some more fuel in here. If you throw it in your refiner, it will refine 2 to 4. So you're basically getting double the resources. So 274 to 548. So we're getting double the resources, double the amount of chromatic metal. So it's very, very useful to do. Need to get some animals here, so that's why I'm running after these animals. There you go. You can also look around for more quartzite if you want. Oh, there's a hazardous floor. Oh, dang it! I used my terrain manipulator. Don't do that. That's not useful for getting the oxygen from these plants. That does not help you. I wish it did, but it does not. They won't let you. Oh my good lord. Look at these guys. They're big. All right. Done and done. Got any more animals around here? There we go. We got flying ones here. Got some guys over here. Something else you can do is there is a milestone for earning nanites. An easy way to get nanites is to scan all the animals on a planet. So if we scan all the animals, you see at the bottom right, it says I have 5 out of 6 animals. We scan this guy. There we go. We got 6 animals. Oh, and we also got our all 9 animals that we were supposed to scan. But we got all the animals on this planet. You can double check that by going to your Discovery tab in your pause menu. And we got 6 out of 6. So if you scan all the animals on a planet, it will actually give you nanite rewards. It depends on how many animals. Because I scanned 6, I'm getting 1,500 nanites. If you scan 12, you're going to get like 3,000 nanites. So the more animals there are, the more of a reward you get for scanning them. So again, I keep forgetting, we need to get those rewards. I keep missing out on that. So phase 1, we got our plants. So if we grab this, if you scan 6 plants, you're going to get the nutrient processor. This is very important for later on. You'll want to grab that. Nutrient processor is going to be a milestone later on. So definitely do your plants. Get that done. And we also got some salty stuff. Gross. Salty meat. But we also got our 9 animals, which is going to give us our exoskiff, which is your boat for the water, and agricultural product plants, meaning all the seeds. So we can start planting stuff, farming stuff. And then finally, we got our milestone for shooting asteroids. We're going to get aqua jets, which is something we're going to need later on to land on water, and craftable components. So all the different blueprints for creating all the building materials, we're going to need that. So, you know, hydraulic wiring, all that kind of stuff. So those are important. That's why you want to get these milestones done kind of in order, because it does help you out a ton when you do them in order. It really does. So I think we've gotten most things here. Let's look around. We need some ferrite dust, of course. So let's grab that ferrite dust. You're always going to need more. So ferrite dust, carbon. We need quartzite. Remember, we need quartzite. Let's grab the secondary on this, which is condensed carbon. Oh, yeah, that's good. Do we have any more quartzite around here? Let me look. I think that's the one we already grabbed. No, that was probably it. Magnetized ferrite, quartzite. Let's go see if that one's emptied yet. The one thing that kind of irritates me a little bit is if you go and mine a total resource, like if you find quartzite like this and you go and mine it, it will not remove it from your visor. So you'll still see it even though you already emptied it. Like it's already gone. You dug it all up. It does not matter. It'll still show forever, which is kind of a bummer. And then we have magnetized ferrite over here as well. We need to get some of that. So let's grab the magnetized ferrite while we're here. And my knees are killing me. Let's grab this one. Yes. Beautiful. And then we have our quartzite over here. Hopefully it's not the one we already dug up. It might be, though. And it is not one we've dug up. Look at that. Oh, look at that beautiful purple. I love it. Ooh, that's a big one. Look at this. This is a big deposit. Okay, I'll take that. Look at all of this quartzite. So we should be set for chromatic metal. Because you're not going to need quartzite for anything, really. So you don't need to worry about having this for later on or using it for anything later on. Just picking this up for our chromatic metal, which we need a lot of. Let's grab all of this stuff. That's a pretty decent deposit there. Dun, dun, dun. Beautiful. It was right next to our ship. We like landed right next to it. Holy cow. I didn't even go down there and pick it up, though. What a dummy. Oxygen. All right, let's go to the next moon. We have 2 out of 5. We're almost there. So we've done the Scarlet Moon. We've done the Temperate Moon. So let's just go up, out of the atmosphere. And so I think that's my Scarlet Moon over there. This is our Temperate Moon. And you'll notice I keep going into first person because on the radar in front of you, you can see all of the, you can see all the different planets. So, oh, I don't know which one I came from. Let's see. This is the one thing I hate. If you're too close to a planet, it won't let you see what the other ones are until you leave the orbit. And the gas giant is super big, so you have to go far off to get out of the orbit. Frozen Moon. Yep, that's the next one. We have not been to the Frozen Moon yet. So let's head over here. This will be 3 out of 5. Oh, yeah, and while we're doing that, let's refine that quartzite we picked up. Thank you. Oh, yes. Look at that. Oh, man, we're going to get so much chromatic metal. It's crazy. Got all the meats over here. Chromatic metal. We don't need the crystallized helium. We can put that on the starship. We don't need the storm crystals anymore. We can put that on the starship. Oh, let's land on this moon, the Frozen Moon. And now that we've done all of our we've done our plants, we've done our animals, we've scanned everything, we got basically all the materials we need. I mean, you can always use more, don't get me wrong. You can always use more ferrite dust, more oxygen, things like that. But all you gotta do is touch the ground. And now we're at 3 out of 5, so now we can just leave if I want to. Not even scanning a single thing. I will shoot the ground, though, because it'll give me some ferrite dust. And some carbon for destroying the plants or whatever. But mostly what I'm doing is ferrite dust. Need that. All right. That's good. Let's head out. So, there's another moon over here. This is a mutating relic. That sounds, not good. Mutating relic. So, yeah, we've done the temperate moon. We've done the... Oh, we have not done the mutating relic or the flourishing moon. We need the frozen moon. We got that one and this one. There we go. So, these are the last 2 left. The mutating relic and the flourishing moon. Does that one have... It has ancient bones on it. So, one of our milestones is to collect ancient bones. So, we will be doing that on the next one. Salvageable scrap we don't need. I mean, if you can find some uranium, that's always useful. So, definitely grab that uranium while you're in there. Just trying to organize. Good to go. Grab the rest of this chromatic metal. And yeah, we're up to 1,500 chromatic metal. We are good to go on that. But to the atmosphere. So another thing you want to get a hold of is early on, you're going to need a lot of gamma root. So this is a radiation planet. Gamma root is found on radiation planets. You're going to be looking for these yellow flower looking plants. Grab this. You're going to need 400 gamma root. So this is going to be for a later milestone. We're going to need this. So while we're here, because it's in the starting galaxy or starting system anyway, you might as well grab it, right? Let's just run around and grab all the gamma root we possibly can. And if you want to, look for some uranium. Uranium is good for launch fuel for your ship. So if you want to go find a uranium deposit like that. And this is one of the new planet types they've added. This is a ruin, an ancient ruin planet. Oh, look at all these guys. We can get some feastium here. Let's do this. Throw out some food. They'll all come back because they're like, oh, there's food here. And there's a lot of them. Look at all these animals. Holy macaroni. Look at all that. So again, don't scare them with pulling out your laser or anything. Just kind of chill out for a second and they will all start pooping. And there's a lot of them. So we're going to get a lot of poop out of these guys. Now, there's smaller animals, so there's not going to be as much poop per pile. But there's a lot of piles here because there's a lot of animals. I know. Don't look at me. Just do your business. Come on. I need your feastium. I need the poop. Anyway, but while you're here, I would highly recommend getting uranium. It's a good launch fuel for your ship. That way, when you're taking off and landing, you have fuel for that. They give you... Look, oh my god, he just plopped that out. They give you some launch fuel by default, but you're going to run out of this pretty quick. So, hey, can I get the poop? Thank you. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we're getting a lot of it. We're getting a lot of it. Because there's a lot of animals here. Oh my god. Move out of the way. I just need your poop pile. Thank you. All right. You know what? We're stacked on poop for a while. We have... Oh yeah, 227. That's plenty. Plenty. We don't need any more. Let's go grab some more uranium. Let's grab this guy right here. This will be for our starship. There we go. Just grab it all. And we can look for more yellow plants. Now, the best part about gamma root is that it glows. So if you go to a dark side of the planet, you'll just look for the big yellow glowing flower plants. It's insanely good. So really easy to pinpoint while you're flying around. So you don't need to run around on foot. You can if you want to. Because if you pull up your visor, it'll tell you, oh yeah, there's grabberry. Oh my god, you fall into a big water pit. And... sweet root, we don't need that. So I don't have anything around here. I got gamma weed. I thought I grabbed all those, but I guess not. Oh, there's a big old pile over here. Hey, buddy. Don't leave your poop laying around. That's not good for the environment. All right. Grab all this. Look at all this poop just laying around. You guys, good lord. All right, yeah, we definitely we did a good job here. We got a lot of it. Let's grab it. I thought I grabbed all of this. I guess not. I missed some. But we need 400. Keep in mind, you need Oh, I already have 400. You need 400 gamma root. I have 400, but you know, in case you don't have it, unlike you didn't get lucky like me, and had a whole big pile for you waiting. Let's just grab all this. You need 400. My God, that was way faster than I thought. Well, we're good now, right? Grab some more condensed carbon. Always, always. Get all that free material. Get all the dihydrogen crystals. Beautiful. All right, where's our ship? There you go. So we just have one more planet left. One more planet to visit. And it's going to be our, oh, see, launch thruster. You can use both of them. It is going to be our ancient bone, the flourishing moon. So let's see if we can find the flourishing moon. Make sure we're all filled up, and there we go. Really? What do you need? What do you want? Here, microprocessor, you can have it. You're good. And he gave me some nanites. Great, thank you. I do need those, actually. So, frozen moon, that's where we came from. So we don't want to go that direction. We want to go this direction. And there should be a flourishing moon around here somewhere. That's the only one we have left. So, yeah, gas giant. So massive, it takes like a minute to get around it. Craziness. Are you a flourishing moon? See, you gotta get outside of the gas giant's atmosphere before it'll show you what this one is. This one is a... Oh, no, there's a... Seriously? I can't see it because the base is so massive that it has to pop out. Come on. That's a Scarlet Moon. That's where we came from. Oh, crap. All right. Oh, well. So that one's not it. I think that's where we came from. We need a flourishing moon. So this is kind of where it becomes an irritation. Like, I can't remember where I was. And I have to fly around. So let's just go straight out. Let's go straight out. Let's get away from this freaking Titan. And maybe we'll be able to find the dang moon. I wish you could turn those off. Mutating relic. We don't need that. That is a frozen moon. We don't need that. That's the other one we came from over there. So I bet you it's over there. I bet you it's on this side. Oh, wait. Let's see. That is the... Really? I bet you it's over here. So it feels like there's a couple planets on this side of the gas giant. So we need to go around it. And we'll be able to grab this and be done with it. Because we're almost done with phase 1. Warp to a new system and reach rendezvous number 1 after we get to all the moons. We've already got a whole bunch of phase 2 done. Cook your own food, deploy nutrient ingester. Look at all this stuff we got going on here. We are doing awesome here. All right, well, let's keep going. We need to find this last one. This flourishing moon, because also there's going to be bones on it. And, I mean, we're kicking a lot of butt. We're getting a lot of stuff early in this first spawn system. So, definitely spend some time here. Kind of search around, collect your resources, because this is very, very awesome. You know, you can have an amazing start by using the starter system, because there's a lot here. There's a ton here. Gamma root. That's a big one. You don't run into that very often. And we already have our gauntlet because we got our storm crystals. Remember, get your storm crystals if you have not gotten your hazmat gauntlet. That does not look like a flourishing planet, does it? Get off that. Yeah, you're not going to show me, are you? That's a temperate moon, not a flourishing moon. And what are you? I don't think I know what you are, but I don't think you are it. Away from the planet here, and frozen moon. Yep. So it's gonna be this one on the other side of this planet, maybe. Such a pain. So let's go over to the temperate moon. Just go way out. Way out. Because you might be able to get far enough away from the gas giant so you can see all the moons. Depending on your location. Paradise? I bet you that's it. Paradise Moon! Yes, that's the one. So let's go over there. It has our ancient bones on it. So it's a little bit of a pain because you got to go around a gas giant. But once you get this done, you never have to do this again. So just knock it out early. Because you don't have to do it in the beginning system. You can go to any system with a gas giant and go to all the moons. However, you got to go to all the moons in a system. And that's a little bit of a pain. Let's go to the daylight side. Make sure we have room in our ship here. There we go. We should have room. And there are bones here, so let's grab some bones. And I believe there's also quartzite if you need the chromatic metal, but we got a lot of chromatic metal. We should be okay. So the only bad thing about bones is you can't see them from the atmosphere. You can't see them when you're flying around. You have to land, pull up your visor, and boom, natural burial site. That's what you're looking for as you're running around. Here we are. Surveyed every moon. We didn't even scan a single thing. Didn't need to because we're that dang good. Get some sodium nitrate. But here are some bones we're going to need. Let me look. We're going to need 6 bones. So you need 6 separate bones. Usually a site has 2 or 3. Sometimes you're unlucky and they only give you 1. Like me. Son of a gun. All right. I only got 1 bone here. Usually you'll get 2 or 3. But if you're me, you will be very unlucky and they'll just give you 1 bone. So let's look around. Oh, there's some more over here. And before I leave and run around on foot, you'll notice I checked my ship to make sure my launch fuel is full. So if you go to your ship, 100% on launch fuel. That way, you can call in your ship when you're done. So you're going to need fuel in your ship before you can call it in to, you know, come to you, to come to your location. So just make sure you have enough fuel in there. We need ferrite dust. Always need ferrite dust and oxygen. Got that. Give me that carbon, condensed carbon. I'll take both. I like both. What do you got? Condensed carbon and regular carbon. I like it as well. We got 1 bone so far. We're going to need 5 more. Dang it. Kill these guys for their oxygen. So if you're a brand new player and you don't know what I'm doing when I do this cool like boost thing, this thing right here, that is a jetpack jump. It's a jetpack dash. Different people call it different thing. I call it a jetpack jump. But essentially what you're doing is you melee attack and then you jetpack immediately afterwards. And if you're running, it'll launch you forward and then your jetpack will carry you. So again, run and then melee jetpack. And there you go. It's kind of hard to get the timing down at first, but once you get it down, it's easy to do. Easy to take care of. So just remember, you know, melee jetpack. Dun, dun, dun. You will take damage, though. You'll notice I'm always constantly hitting the ground and getting damage. Did I miss a bone over here? Could have sworn I got that bone. No? Did I miss it? Was there 2 bones in here and I missed it? Oh, no. This is a whole different location. Okay. There was one here. I didn't even see you, buddy. So we're up to 3 bones. We need 3 more. Not seeing any yellows. So let's just do another run and jump. And you'll notice I don't use my jetpack the full time. So I'll launch, let go, and then tap it. So if you use your full jetpack, you know, boost the whole time, you'll go really, really high and really, really far, but you'll also hit the ground really, really hard. And you can take damage, you can die like that. So I've died plenty of times by fall damage. So you don't want to do that. It's a game of chicken. You want to be able to time it out pretty good. There we go, like that. And we got a burial site over here. And the more jetpack upgrades you have, the farther and faster you will go. So you definitely want to get your upgrades. Once you start upgrading your jetpack, it'll get nuts. Like a fully upgraded jetpack, you can go flying. There's also another one that I don't recommend as much because this will really get you in trouble. But if you want to try it, pull out your weapon, your boltcaster. Fire off a couple shots. And now, if you reload and then punch, reload and melee, it'll glitch you forward. And this is what it looks like when you do that. So you go zipping. The problem is you have no control over that whatsoever. And so if you go too fast, you will slam into rocks, you will slam into a building, and you will die. Like, it will kill your character if you do that. So just keep that in mind. You can. That is definitely a bug. Like, the jetpack jump is something that they added in accidentally, and they just kept it because people complained about it. The reload glitch is super not supposed to happen. So again, fire off a couple shots. You don't need to fire off everything. All you need to do is be able to reload your weapon. And then when you reload, just melee attack. And when you melee attack, it launches you forward, but it also resets your reload. So reload, melee, reload, melee, reload, melee, and try to tap it as fast as you possibly can. And this will be the result. Holy God. Yep. Okay. See, that's what happens. You have no control. Oh my God. I just launched 100 units away from where I was supposed to go. So that's the downside, is you have no control over it. You can move super fast, but no control whatsoever. Jetpack jump is way better. Seriously, way better. Oh, look at this. Beautiful. We have all of the bones we need. Let's grab that. That one. Ooh, it's a good bone. Give me that one. Beautiful. Now we're going to take the other one. We're here. Might as well grab it, right? I think that's all the bones here. Yep. So let's call in our ship. And now we are done, you guys. We are done with this system. So what we can do now is we need to make fuel for our hyperdrive right here. So we need to make your antimatter housing, and we need to make antimatter. So remember that. We need to have chromatic metal, that's why we got it earlier, and condensed carbon for our antimatter. And for the housing, you're going to need oxygen and ferrite dust. So those four things we need. There we go. And then let's make some fuel. Oh, not that, you dummy. This one. There you go. And then, boom. So now we are fueled up and ready to go. We're ready to leave the system. We went to every moon. We knocked that out. Oh, yeah. Let's grab our reward for that. We went to every moon. We're getting a prepackaged launch auto charger and sodium nitrate, which are amazing things. Use that auto charger. So let's install that really fast, because that will auto recharge our launch control or our launch thruster. You definitely want that. All right. So now let's just warp to a new system. Let's go. Let's follow the green line, because that green line is the trail to the rendezvous number 1. And you want to follow that to get there. But before we get there, whenever you warp into a new system, they put you right next to the space station. Let's go land on this space station. We can clean up our inventory. We can buy some materials. We can get some good stuff out of here. So, always, you'll notice I'll do that. Whenever I want to go to the space station, I'll just warp to a new system because it puts you right next to it. Let's accept our reward here. 3 warp cells and warp hypercore plans. Yes, good to go on that. Also, we have our milestone for collecting ancient bones. We got that one on phase 5. So we're going to get constructible relic plans. So the new buildable items from World Part 2. We know how to build all of those now, which is freaking awesome. So let's go over here. We're going to sell all the bones we just picked up. So let's go to sell all the bones. Done, done. Done, done. Yep, yep, and yep. So we made about $1 million already. We're doing really good. I mean, you can sell some other stuff, like you don't need the lithium. You can sell that if you want to. You can sell storm crystals, but again, you can use them as fuel, so I wouldn't sell all of them because they're going to be useful. Corvex, we don't need. All right, now let's buy some stuff. Buy all the ferrite dust, all the cobalt, so we can make batteries out of that. We're going to need nanotubes. Let's buy 3 of those. Let's buy 2 microprocessors. We're going to need that later on. We're going to need 5 metal platings. Let's buy that. Uranium. You can always use that for launch fuel, so do that. I think that's it. That's all good now. Another thing you can try your hand at if you want to buy any upgrades. Like, I generally try to find the cool hyperdrive upgrades in here. We get a C-class hyperdrive upgrade. And that's it. So I'll buy a C-class. Any upgrade is better than 0, but I'd rather have an A or an S-class. So that gave me 68 extra light years. That's fine. Let's put that on the ship. Put that in the ship. Let's make some batteries out of this. And you want to leave about 200 cobalt because we need ionized cobalt. I'm going to refine that down. We're also going to need some magnetized ferrite, but we can do that later on. Also, if you want to buy upgrades, like upgrade your multi-tool, upgrade your suit, definitely do that. And I'll put one right there. Upgrade your suit, get all that kind of stuff. You're good to go. So let's go. Ionized cobalt, almost there. And 106, we're almost there. Alrighty, so let's just continue on. Let's go to the next system. We're trying to get to the rendezvous system. So it's going to take us a couple jumps because we don't have any upgrades on our what's it called? Our starship. That's okay. That's all right. So we're going to land in here. And again, you can always land on a planet. You can scan for resources. You can go get resources. Go to the space station. You always go right next to it. So you can check out the space station if you'd like, but I'm not even worried about it. We're just going to pop on over. One more jump, and we should be at our rendezvous location. There it is. And all the rendezvous locations are going to be purple systems that are special. They're the brand new systems. And I believe they are all abandoned systems, meaning the space station is abandoned. And so there's no, there's going to be no aliens in the system. So just keep that in mind. We're in the abandoned systems for the rendezvous. So let's head over to the awesome rendezvous. Right over here. Which planet are we going to? I guess we're going to just land right here. Okay. There it goes. It's going to pop in. Now, there's something really, really cool I want you guys to pay attention to. So when you get close enough to the rendezvous, to the marker, it'll tell you, hey, it's around here somewhere. Land. All you have to do is press left on your left or right on your D-pad, and you see at the bottom left, you'll see it says target 700, 693. So that is the target location. So you know you're going in the right direction if you're getting closer. So I'm pretty sure it's this building right here in front of us with the save beacon on it. But if you turn, watch this. If I get farther away, now that number is going up. So that target at the bottom left, remember, that's the target at the bottom left. That is your building location. So you can kind of use that to your advantage, right? So I hate the target sweeper. It is a pain in my butt. However, you can work around it. You can work, basically get rid of it, essentially, by using that target. And here it is right here. We should be at the milestone or the rendezvous. Did it not give us a rendezvous? Oh, it did, but it did not announce it. Well, I don't know why. So if we got to the first rendezvous, it is we're gonna get a supreme jetpack upgrade, inventory upgrades, and the base computer, so we can start making bases now. So I like that. Let's do this. We'll make one more row up here, and then the rest of it is gonna go down here. And we learned how to make a base computer. Beautiful. Now, the other thing you have to do before you leave, don't leave. You have to take a picture of every single rendezvous. So, when you get to the rendezvous, take a photo of it. Now, this is going to be kind of confusing because every console has a screenshot button. That is not how it works. Make sure you use the in-game, photo mode, not your console photo mode. So, like if you're on PlayStation, you have a literal screenshot button. Don't do that. Same thing for Xbox. Press down on your D-pad, go over to your photo mode, and it'll tell you, hey, look, take a screenshot in the game. It says press A if you're on Xbox. Make sure you use the in-game photo mode. Don't use your console photo mode. It doesn't really matter. You can take a picture of the ground if you want to. As long as you take a photo in the rendezvous area, you're good to go. So I took a photo in the game. I took a photo. And there you go. So that is how you would do it. If it did not work, use your console command. However, like use your photo button in Xbox or PlayStation. However, it should use the in-game photo mode. It should use that manual like, hey, press A to do it. So what do we have here? We have quartzite. We don't need that. We have a cool butterfly. We have quartzite. We have salt. Paraffinium. That's what we're looking for. Make sure you collect some paraffinium. We're going to need this later on, you guys. So that's why I'm trying to tell you right now. I'm trying to get you guys to collect it early. That way we don't have to come back here later on. So grab that quartzite. Ooh, look at all this oxygen. I'll grab all the oxygen as well. Because you never have too much oxygen. Like, seriously, you can never have too much. Oxygen is very useful in No Man's Sky. Like, super useful. You can use it for a lot of different things. So, all the time, if you have an opportunity to grab oxygen, grab it. So, let's get some paraffinium. We're going to need some later on. As I grab all the oxygen ever. Holy cow, look at all this oxygen. Man, first rendezvous is amazing for oxygen, I'll tell you that. And we need the paraffinium, so let's do that. So, let's grab all of this. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. That should be a pretty good amount. How much should we get? We got 86. That's not enough. Dang it. Let me put my jetpack upgrade in there. We're going to need more than that, so we'll look for some more. But I just looked over at my timer. We've been going for over an hour, so I generally try to keep these around an hour long to start with. Because if it's too long, then people are going to be like, I don't have time for that. So hopefully you guys liked the video. If you did, hit that like button. We just finished off phase 1. A lot of phase 2. We've gotten a lot done already in the first hour. So hopefully you guys liked it. If you did, hit that like button. And in the next one, we will be doing phase 2 and maybe even some phase 3. So I will see you guys then.